Nice to be here. Muchas gracias for this invitation. I'm very proud to be there. So, I will explain things about my research and also the vision I have about today and the future. So, I'm working on affective interaction with machine, robots or chatbots, and also I'm a professor and researcher, and I'm working on different aspects of that. Manipulation one, and I wrote a book for large audience like Des robots et des hommes, myths and fantasies and reality, what is exactly the science behind, and also I work something about emotional robots with the same topic, to know more about the invisible part of this machine and the ethics in all of this. So affective computing, what's that? It's a new discipline, not so new, but finally from 20 years, something like that. And it's three kinds of technology. One is emotion detection from our behavior. The second is to use this machine to modify the strategy of the machine, and then to generate cues, expressivity, emotional things, emotional words. Okay, I love you, for example. So a lot of robots like that could be created. So currently, I'm working on the idea to use this kind of robot, like the buddy, to see the one in the right of the picture, for helping elderly people to stay at home, which are not invasive, but with the idea to align with ethical concern issues. So now, what is exactly detection of emotion? I will show you an example coming from US, France, and this is interesting because we can see in SimSensei several cues used. So sound, thank you. We tried many times, but it's not the case. Please? Okay, no sound. But the guy is explaining things and discussing with the avatar, which is simulate a psychiatrist, and then we see a lot of different extraction from sensors, you see, from camera, facial recognition, gaze detection, and also sound, and also the word says, and the machine adapt its language, its strategy to what the guy says. Okay? Thank you. It was embarrassing here.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not someone who's really like, I don't have any real highs. I feel like I'm a level person. It's just...
So it's invisible for a person to detect all this behavior, okay?
I guess to answer your question...
We move to Japan. This guy is living with his most favorite character, the fée clochette, a little girl, an hologram, which is sexy, nice. Here for the guy. It's already sold in Japan. Baby, do you want one? At home? And even is going to work, the object is still saying things by using the phone. So at home she did something, so light and maybe some activities, but the guy is alone, live alone with this character. So completely isolated from other people. Cannot wait to see you, say the object. Somebody hums for me. It's terrific to have this kind of sentence. Someone is home for me. And what is the representation of a woman in that kind of object? This is another question, another issue. So we move another time to another example of emotion. This is a reality reunites mother with her dead daughter in South Korea. Immortality. So this kind of tool open new ethical challenges such as emotion manipulation and confusion between reality and reality in virtual reality and the relationship with digital objects. So this is the topic of my talk. And the fact that very naturally, as a social animal, we take care of the object. For example, an object that seems to suffer, as Boston Dynamics Atlas robots, can inspire to us a kind of empathy. And it's totally natural to have this kind of things. So what is anthropomorphism? It's this capacity to attribute human characteristics or behaviors to an object. And there is theory about that. So keep in mind this. We have 3 types of transfer on this system. One is about knowledge, like ChatGPT knows things that you don't know, and you will see that the machine is more intelligent than you, maybe, in sometimes. So be careful of that kind of thing. We have to decide, knowing what is behind this machine. Affect, there's no intention, nothing in this machine. And moral qualities, same. Depending on the data we use, it could be manipulated by someone. So we have to demystify AI. An 80 years story. For experts, it all began in the 50s. For large audiences, it began maybe in 2022 with ChatGPT. But for all of us, it all began in the 50s when McCulloch and Pitts, 2 biologists, neurobiologists, wanted to model the functioning of a biological neuron on a computer. This is the beginning. Then, 86 multi-layer perceptron, 2010 deep learning, 2017 transformer. This is the continuity for us. But for some digital giants, this idea is to create a general AI that would be comparable, if not superior, to human intelligence, which is not true. Which is just a marketing way to think about the machine. The machine is capable to compute a lot of things. She's better than us for a game, for example, chess or for Go. But they don't know the task of the Apple. It's not a pub for Apple. It's just the fact that there are no body, no feeling, no intention, no emotion, nothing similar than human in the machine. What is in the machine? Artificial neuron. We copy a neuron from the visual area. Simple. In fact, in my brain, in our brain, there is 100 different neurons. On this kind of machine, there is 1 thought, or 2 or 3, but not so much. And then we use this artificial threshold automaton, the mathematical things. And then we use this machine, like this one, and the right multi-layer perceptron in 1986, which is able to learn very powerful things. We put in the input image, video, sound, what we want. And at the end, at the output layer, we put what we want to detect. And then the machine learns by propagation, retropropagation of error on the weight. And what is the knowledge of the machine? It's matrix of reals. That's all. Not at all understandable by us. We have a lot of research on that, but it is not explainable, not easily explainable, and is a black box machine. Then generative AI, the most advanced AI system today, the one in ChatGPT. What is that? Generative AI, kind of transformer, can produce multiple outputs from multimodal inputs, from a prompt, generation of text of image, generation of code, a lot of things very powerful. So I totally agree we must use it, but carefully. And know what is behind, what is finally not known by a lot of people, what is invisible. The idea of the transformer, for example, is to learn on large quantity of non-annotated data the interdependence of the minimal unit we call tokens, words or subwords, piece of image, by using attention mechanism. I like this sentence. You shall know a word by the company it keeps. When I apply this kind of model to text, this is exactly the sense of the model, the very simple idea. But pre-trained models can be then optimized to another task using little additional data specific, and major impact will be possible in many potential areas. However, this generative AI system raises many ethical questions. So we are working with a lot of researchers on that, on the key ethical issues in generative AI, and we give this opinion for French government mission. It was a French government mission in July, and I would like to emphasize 5 different aspects. 1, relationship to truth. There is no truth inside ChatGPT or the AI generative. Absence of meaning. The machine doesn't know what they say. And loss of sources, which is very important. As a scientific, I need to relate to other scientifics and source references. Same for journalists, same for our children at school. They refer to people that say things. This is the knowledge. We build the knowledge together, collectively. And the machine can amplify fake news and deepfake. User manipulation without responsibility. We need norms. And even neural rights, like you mentioned here in Chile, where you are proposing. It's our responsibility as researchers to push in this direction. Blurring the human-machine frontier. We need to put some watermark, invisible, but to have tools to detect if it's created by human or by machine, synthetic data or real data. We have to understand the risk of dominance of one language and culture. For example, in ChatGPT, what is inside in the earth? English, mostly English. So there is a large consequence on opinion, on cultural aspect, on geopolitics, and a lot of things like that. So we will lose our culture, Spanish, French, and other culture in the world, if we use all together the same system that produce text. And maybe we will use the production to learn more with another kind of generative AI, which will be a nightmare, with knowledge, with a lot of risk. And the last one is education of children. Human-machine co-evolution. What is that? The machine will adapt to us. How we will adapt to the machine? Then it is not yet possible to predict all the effects all that these technologies will have on individual and society and democracy. These AI systems are based on statistics. They show emerging intelligence behavior, but even there is a power of generalization in the machine. From billions of possibilities, the AI calculates without a body, intention, and conatus, like Spinoza explained. Today's AI aims to reproduce human intelligence, but not human cognition, not at all. Just a simulation, imitation. A body is needed to master the concept of space, movement, and time. There's not these capabilities in ChatGPT, for example. And Yann Lequin, Meta, proposed a new architecture, JPI, intended to overcome key limitation of even the most advanced AI system today, the generative AI. His vision is to create machines that can learn internal models on how the world works, so that it can learn much more quickly, plan how to accomplish complex tasks, and really adapt to unfamiliar situation. Give to AI system a robotic body that represents itself in the situation in the future ambitious issues. Then to conclude, AI is incapable to distinguish what is possible from impossible. The issues surrounding this human-robot interaction and generative AI system cover a wide range of ethical topics. censorship of content, discrimination and unfairness, manipulation, changing our collective behavior and culture. In particular, how will vulnerable people be protected from potential threats, addiction, manipulation, isolation? We must define standards and ethical framework, soft law for conversational system, chatbot, affective robotics, and generative AI, and educate multidisciplinary and multi-stakeholder. I thank you for your attention. Gracias por your attention.